The sound problems seem to be a theme today.
Don't jinx it.
Go. Hello. Good evening, everyone. Well, now that we have sound, yes? We can be heard. Lovely. Okay, as it should be. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Table Quests, and more specifically to Doors and Deities, the weekly D&D live stream here on Wednesday evenings. I am, as I am every week, the Dungeon Master for this evening. I am Drew. I am joined today by John,
Hello.
who's been working tirelessly to get this stream going. We have Kat, whom we can hear, hopefully,
Yes.
all night, uh, as well as Mike.
Hello.
And last but not least, Walt. Normally, as you can see, we would have a fifth, Kendra, but she has fallen ill, is unable to be here this evening. So, of course, I will be autopiloting her character off a cliff because you don't get to miss a session without consequence.
Wow. Noted. Okay.
Yeah, everyone take
Put her on
notes.
auto follow. Auto follow.
So that's what that hole was for.
Yes, yes, the giant hole is just for players who miss session. This is, what is this, 24?
This is
Session
24.
number 24 of our ongoing Doors and Deities campaign. Thanks, as always, to Syrinscape for the use of their lovely sound library to creep everybody out, specifically this evening with the lovely sound that you should be hearing now. Sets the tone for our session, as well as any other sound effects or music that you'll hear that isn't any of our lovely voices. Thanks as well to animated dungeon maps on Patreon, where excuse me, I find and use some of the lovely animated 3D battle maps.
Like the one currently on the screen?
No, that's one of mine. Like the one last week for the battle with the Carrion crawlers. You can go back through our page on Twitch to check that out.
2 weeks ago.
What did I say?
Last session. You said last week.
Last
session.
week.
Yeah.
Last
All
session.
time exists in session now.
It's a Jeremy Bearimy.
Yeah. All the time between a session is 1 week. That's just the way my
Wait,
life is.
the master of the random references didn't get that reference?
I didn't hear what you said.
I said it's a Jeremy Bearimy. Time is a Jeremy Bearimy.
Nope. You
It's
lost
a
me.
Doctor Who thing.
My God, has no one seen The Good Place?
Good place. That's what it is. Yeah.
Oh!
No one saw The Good Place.
Oh, yes!
You all have
yes,
Tiny.
I remember this now.
That's right.
You all have homework to do.
Yes, I remember this now, yes.
I will add
Oh,
it to
how
the
dare
list of
I.
6 million other things that you guys have referenced that I've never seen.
As it should be. Goodness, where was I? Yes, last session, which you can find. I believe you can still find the archive of all of our sessions. Twitch, is that correct? You can also find
Twitch,
them.
I believe it's for 28 days.
Okay,
or
yes.
Generally, our last sessions.
Find the last
And
two
so
sessions.
we're working on uploading the sessions as they go out of Twitch to YouTube.
Walt.
Thank you, Walt. You can find us, as Walt said, on YouTube as well, where we have the full sessions each week, catching up as we go. So you can follow us along from the very start of our adventure. You can also find us just about everywhere under the handle Table Quests or Table Quests RPG. We have a bunch of stuff down in the Twitch About page, as well as on Linktree, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, etc., etc. Does anyone have any other announcements before we hop into our recap? No? All right. Bring things into D&D now. last session, it's been a hot minute, the 5 of you entered the Great Library, breaking into Andreas Parlin's house, specifically to find the basement door, which led to an outcropping area of Great Library. Desiel masterfully picked his way through the locked door, and you all descended into the crypt of repeating rooms lined with shelves, all with a cryptic text, cryptic texts within them, of spiraling letters and text. I've said the word text too many times. Moving through those
It's a
rooms,
library, you're allowed to.
yeah, I guess I sort of have to. Books, etc., etc. Walking through parts of this area, through several rooms, you found what Andrew, the student of the professor, marked as the creepy hallway, an expanse of black hall stretching out to the opposite direction of your intended target. You investigated the hole, which, as described, is a large cylinder reaching down into the unseen depth. Moving along, you found in one of the rooms what looked to be the remains of a previous adventuring party that had, in the last several days, made their way through this area and had met their ignominious end. They were currently the victims of several carrion crawlers, dispatched along with another parasitic organism that had taken root within one of the bodies as you had tried to loot it. Moving beyond that, as you had found a number of seemingly magical items, as well as some non-magical utility items to investigate later. You moved along to a large area full of statues that was crawling quite literally with rats, all of whom seemed to fear fire specifically, and shied away from your light. Desiel made some charcoal out of a few of them as they went along. And then just before we ended last session, you moved down deeper into the depths, into a series of corridors lined with sarcophagi. And from behind one of those coffins, a large yellowed eye stared out at you for just a moment before darting away. And that's where we bring things back in tonight. The party, led by Amnael at the moment, stands kind of at a crossroads between two splitting corridors. Down directly beneath you is, I am not selecting, there we go, is where the eye was seen. And you had not explored the other, as the hallways seemed to curl and wrap out of your vision. What's the plan?
I'll wait to see if anyone joins me, just to make sure. The eye went along, like, down, correct?
Yes, the eye was around here. I mean, this isn't
This way.
necessarily a to scale.
Yeah.
Yes, the eye dipped back behind the sarcophagus, so you cannot see where it went. Just that it was in that direction and disappeared.
Cool. Guys, are you all right back there? I think I saw something.
Well,
Weird.
I'll head that way.
I'll head over too.
So, Amnail's at the bottom of some stairs?
Yes.
Right.
Amnael is at the bottom of the long sloping stairs that
What
reach
was
down.
where was this eye?
Behind the sarcophagus there, and it kind of darted off that way.
I will shoot a firebolt at the darkness.
Right? A bolt
That'll
kind of
do it.
flies along, illuminating the dark corridor, for striking against stone.
I will head down the stairs next to him now.
All right, are the rest of you following?
Yes.
At the back, though.
Yeah, I'll follow
Lovely.
right behind Desiel.
Okay, so where you guys are all now at the bottom of the stairs at the two branching paths.
So this thing went to the right or went like down in front of us and then to the right?
It went down, I think, correct? Just.
Yep.
Yep. So it just went this way.
Hold on just a minute. I'll sidestep and look down the corridor to the side there.
All right. Yeah, you. It quickly turns left. Yeah, left off outside of your vision. Just looks to be a nondescript, for the moment, a nondescript stone corridor. Make a perception check.
I see everything.
Nice.
Yeah, so you do not hear or see anything.
I shoot a firebolt down the hall and go back to ML. There's nothing that way. Should we go? Should we go straight?
Sure, but quick question. If there was nothing, why did you fire in the...
You know, it just seems the thing to do. I got fire happy with the rats, and so now it seems like okay, we'll just shoot the fire. Because the Tempest was saying that everything here is afraid of light and they fire. So, on the off chance that there is something that I did not see, I figure throw some fire at them. They leave us alone, and we could come check this out later.
I was gonna ask if you want, I could take a look-see, but I think you handled it pretty well.
Yeah. I'm sure
Let's go
that
then.
the number 2 on the map means nothing.
Exactly. Precisely.
I thought it was just like a nice mosaic pattern on the floor of the hallway. I mean,
It's the amount of books on the floor. It just says 2.
2 more books.
Oh no, there's another 2.
At 2?
It's 2? 2.
The two. Oh, you'll have to remind me later, John. I have an update to your French cat joke.
Everybody else here is confused.
Don't worry. All will be revealed in time. So you guys are heading down this way, down the corridors?
Yeah, I still have light on my shield.
now, do you
Helming
want
the
to
way.
maybe make
Yes.
a torch that we can send a little bit ahead of ourselves? You could light up one of these guys, and I'll hold up one of my little paper people.
That's probably a good idea. Which is this? Gerard 25.0?
You know, I've been wondering if maybe it's time to branch out from Gerard. So you know what? Since it's your light spell, you can name him. This one's got a mustache.
It has a mustache. And it has a mustache. He seems kind of happy. I am going to call him Dwight.
Alright. Be free, Dwight. And I'm gonna cast my little spell and
Did you want me to set him on fire so he can run away while he's on
No,
fire?
I can do that without torturing the poor creature. And I'm gonna cast
We can table
light
that one
on
for
it
another
because
day,
it's because it's paper. I guess it should work.
Yeah, so you can set your light on Dwight's head and send him along ahead of you.
This is not a creature.
Oh.
If it was a creature, the spell would not work.
Yes, but it is an object.
Oh, it's true.
Thankfully.
But you said you don't want to torture the creature. Clearly, there's no creature.
Just because it doesn't have free will doesn't mean it's not a creature, John.
No, but the fact that you can turn it into a flashlight means it's not a creature.
Excuse you, how dare you use logic and reason to argument with me? I am a religious person who has complete faith in my God. Logic means nothing to me.
Okay.
So your religion allows free will?
It does?
Or are we all predetermined?
Okay. Dwight. I like blow at the paper. Shoo, shoo, go.
he starts like flipping through the air and then kind of turns around and looks offended. Like, you don't know how a paper looks so offended, but its face kind of scrunches up a little, and then he like
I
floats off. with
Point
his
my
finger.
firebolt finger at it. Go, go, go.
How far ahead do we want him to go? Someone say stop when you want him to stop.
Until he gets eaten.
How
Onwards,
far away
Dwight,
from you?
into the void.
How far away from you can he go? Just
Oh, this guy can go like a mile. He can go for ages.
okay. He cannot go farther than 60 feet from me. So let's keep it in less than 60 feet.
All right, I'll keep him within that then.
Thank
Now,
you.
Kat, would you
59
mind
and a
check-
half.
Would you mind checking your Discord messages, please? As you guys walk forward?
Okay.
You guys are heading forward?
Yes?
Yes, I am following the little Dwight figurine.
Alrighty. Give me one moment.
So Dwight is made of paper. Does he also sell paper?
Yes.
I mean, he could. If he survives this encounter, who knows what future lays ahead of him,
I mean, that mustache is very charming.
right?
You're getting really good at this, Tempest. I never take the time to congratulate you on your work, but it is quite spectacular.
Thank you. I've actually been practicing. Gerard number 25.7, really. I think I finally got the folds down perfectly.
Yeah.
Firstly, Cat, or rather Tempest, excuse me. As you're walking along at the back of the marching order, you feel something is watching you from somewhere. You hear whispers, unintelligible whispers in the back of your head for just a moment, and you look around and it snaps away.
I'm gonna pull closer to the center of the group.
Mhm.
Just kind of keep looking behind me.
Okay, make a perception check. As Pep, a few seconds later, you kind of see Tempest like shudder and move closer up to the back of you. You feel the same thing. Whispers. Just something watching you from somewhere. and then gone. As Tempest can wheel around, see nothing but stone. You do notice that not all of the sarcophagi are uniform. Well, most of them are just simple stone rectangles with a domed kind of lid. You walk across one in particular that has large iron chains wrapped around the top of it. You see a few more that have warding glyphs and seals of various sorts. As you continue to walk along and then around the corner.
These glyphs or chains do not evoke any sort of imagery, arcane or otherwise.
Make an Arcana check.
Yes.
May I make an
Very
Arcana
good.
check?
You may.
Thank you. Because I'm super good at one of these. Yep, 13.
Natural 20. There you go.
Nice!
Yeah, so Desiel, you can take a look at one of them. You very much recognize the structure and how this is built and sort of what it's meant to do. These glyphs and seals are designed to keep whatever is in there in there. It is arcane lock or something similar to arcane lock or any sort of abjuration rune to keep that stone sealed.
And that's the sarcophagi we walked past in the first room, room 1.
There were no sarcophagi in room 1. That was statues.
Oh, that was the statues.
That was the statues.
Where are these sarcophagi that we're seeing at the moment?
These sarcophagi are all along on either side of these hallways as you step through them.
Yeah, like the catacombs under Paris.
One could say that was an inspiration.
No.
I'm getting creepy vibes, guys.
No, it's okay. These, do you see these little seals, the magical seals? They're meant to keep whatever's inside the coffin inside the coffin. So as long as they hold, they should be fine.
Have you ever heard of this concept of like tempting the universe? Or you say a thing and then the opposite happens, you know?
I mean, we could open them if you want.
Should I dispel them?
No.
Probably not, right?
We could dispel them.
Probably
we
not.
could knock them.
Does no one else hear the creepy whispering?
No. Whispering?
Do I hear creepy whispering?
Or no one else hears the creepy whispering?
Yeah. All of a sudden, I'm going to be very keenly attentive.
All right, those of you listening, make perception checks.
Make a wisdom saving throw. May I guide myself?
You may.
Yep, because this...
All right, I'm just waiting on one more.
Wow!
Oh, I wasn't even going to bother trying.
No, you're fine. It wasn't you.
Oh.
2 natural 20s in a row.
Oh, are you waiting for me?
Oh.
No, you're fine. I'm waiting on John. One more from John that you guys don't get to see.
I clicked on that, and I'm sure that messed up. Let me look at it on my laptop. I clicked on it on the main screen, and it, I'm sure, messed up the view for everyone. Oh, okay.
Wasn't this the perception you just rolled? That you rolled a natural 24?
Yeah.
It's not that. Don't worry.
Oh. Shit.
Okay.
No,
Desiel, you very much do hear whispers.
Lost you after you hear whispers.
Hmm?
You said you very much do hear
Am I good
whispers.
now?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, sorry, I was waiting for the
Yes, we
music to change.
That's
hear
what
them.
we're
Oh,
hearing.
it sounded like you were. It looked like you were saying something. Like you very much do hear
Oh,
whispers.
sorry. Sorry, no.
Okay.
Various incomprehensible mutterings, and you're set. Your nerves are just immediately set on edge, like something is watching you.
I'm actively like hiding behind Amnail.
Mhm.
Preferably like between Amnail and Desiel.
Hey! Excuse you.
And as your eyes kind of dart around, looking for the source of these whispers, you see all the way down as you round the corner, just around the next bend, a yellowish glint. Just a moment. And then the whispers dissipate.
Were we told anything by Tempest that would let me know what the yellowish glint might be? Or is there any way that I might know what the yellowish glint might be?
You can make either a history or an arcana check.
I guess I'll go arcana.
13.
It's above average.
No, you wouldn't necessarily know what this is. Something kind of prickles the back of your mind, something you've read before. It doesn't quite... It's like right on the tip of your tongue, but you can't quite... Like, you know that you know something about this, but you can't quite put a name to it.
So whatever the eye is, it disappears before I can do anything? Before I can react?
Yes, the eye is just, you see it, and as soon as you see it, it is gone.
And the whispers appear to be coming from all around, in my head, coming from a
Yes,
direction.
they are omnipresent, omnidirectional. But no one else seems to react to them in the moment, because the rest of you do not hear whispers. The rest of you just see Desiel look around momentarily.
Okay, I hear the whispers. What do you want? Are the sarcophagi lids shaking or anything? Or
No?
okay, well, I saw your little yellow eye thing go that way. And I'm hearing your whispers. So this is a little, creepy.
Maybe it's you, Desiel.
No, Jew heard that first. He saw the eye first, and Jew heard the whispers first. It's just now I am picking up on those things.
Look, if you didn't perceive anything, it's fine. You don't need to have FOMO, okay?
Okay.
No need of fear of missing out. I'm just kidding, but did it go like further down the hole?
Sure, like I saw it and it disappeared around the corner. It was down that way.
That checks out.
Maybe it's a keeper.
Continue.
Was that Mike?
Maybe it's a keeper. You know, those lantern folk.
Oh, that
I mean,
would be
do
terrible.
the whispers sound like vaguely elven? No, Sylvan? I don't know. Do they sound like they would
Good.
hover around hallways carrying
I
torches
think
and looking unhappy?
You're right, Pep. No, Pep is right. They run from people. The keepers. They were meant to run away from people.
Okay. And the whispers? Drew, do the whispers, are they in any particular language?
Not that you could decipher. Voiceless whisper.
Well-
ASMR-ish.
Okay, so we should not chase the keeper. And there's lots of whispers, and whatever's in the sarcophagi should probably stay in there. Unless you want to go in and look inside, because there could be something valuable inside them.
I think I'm good.
I don't even want to be here, so like
I
the sooner
just
we
need-
can.
Yes, I do agree we should not chase the keeper, although I believe we do have to continue these creepy fucking hallway, because I'm pretty sure this is the way we have to check. So maybe if we hear whispering, we don't look for the eye, kind of just keep looking forward, kind of a thing.
Trust Andrew to not have mentioned the creepy whispers on the map. You know, he had his creepy hallway all the way over there. But the hallway we actually have to go through, he doesn't think to mention, oh yes, you may hear just disembodied voices.
It's hard to find competent people these days.
Tell me about it.
I guess we continue going like I'm going. Yeah, I'm walking.
All right. Continue down around another bend, where you see all the way down on the far side of the hallway. The sarcophagi again are lining the walls, and then that hall ends, and there is one sarcophagus kind of in focus almost as the kind of centerpiece at the end of this hallway. And as all of you come around this corner, a voice speaks from the direction of that sarcophagus. Hidden name. A boy hides me.
Nope. Nope.
Word out.
What's that?
I just pull my sword out, just
Okay,
saying
sword out.
that I'm looking everywhere.
And this voice is coming from where?
The voice is coming from the direction of the larger sarcophagus at the end of this corridor.
Tempest, can you see me?
I hope so.
Okay, keep an eye on me, and I'm gonna walk up to the sarcophagus, the hall.
Does there appear to be a seal, broken or otherwise, on said sarcophagus?
It appears that there was a seal on this sarcophagus. It again is wrapped in large iron chain. Lid
What did I say about the
Half
universe and tempting
of
it?
a warding glyph, where you see it has the lid has split. There are large claw marks along the sides where something crawled its way out.
You may want to be careful around the box over there. There was a thing that was warded and kept inside that appears to no longer be inside.
Yes, I'm seeing it. I'm right in front of it. How tall is it? Like, how large is the sarcophagus?
It rises maybe 4.5 feet off the ground in total. And then there's kind of a headstone actually engraved along the back wall. That says, give me one moment. I thought I had this pulled up. Headmaster Siveril Quirilleth.
Is the inscription on the sarcophagus?
Is the inscription at the top of the sarcophagus. And then
Would you
beneath,
be so kind as to spell
I
the
will.
DM? Typing, probably smarter.
And then beneath that, ever ravenous in his search for knowledge, to the unfortunate end. This is, of course, written
Sorry,
in Elf.
Avernus?
Sorry? Ravenous,
What
I believe is what it said.
Avernus. Okay.
Ravenous in his search for knowledge, to the unfortunate end.
Does the name mean anything to any of us? Like something we might have heard about?
No, none of you would. But Aziel, on reading that, the memory that kind of was on the tip of your tongue solidifies, and you remember reading of wizards, particularly wizards, just those seeking arcane knowledge, who found things they shouldn't have, or went looking for things they shouldn't have, and it twisted them, warped them, both their bodies and their souls. Into hunched, broken creatures whose single eye airs, searching for whatever hints of knowledge it can still gain. These creatures are, of course, known as Nothics.
Well, I don't think your holy magics are going to work around here, because that thing's agnostic.
What is that?
I climb into a sarcophagus.
Oh.
And just
Are you? Is that a thing you're doing? Okay.
No.
It's Tempest.
Honestly,
you
actually,
know.
I will like look into the broken sarcophagus. Like, what is inside of it?
Inside.
Yeah, something just grabs me by the throat and pulls me in.
I don't know. You're sticking your head in front of an open sarcophagus. I feel like that would be on you.
What's inside? At the moment, nothing. Roll me a dex save.
At the moment,
Who hasn't done that?
Yeah.
Who hasn't gone to a random cemetery?
when you
Just-
look in and Dwight kind of hops up, you can pick him up and shine it into the sarcophagus. There are scraps of linen cloths, as well as the shattered remains of a wooden staff of some kind.
Two questions. First, do the linens look like ceremonial robes, something that would be used like in a to keep the Egyptian theme going, almost like in the preparation for burial to be sent into an afterlife?
Yes, they are burial cloths.
Okay, I'm gonna pick them up, even though they're just rags. I'm gonna stow them away, and I'm
Yeah, they
sure
are,
as hell take them back.
Yeah, so they are. I mean, they've been down in this dungeon essentially for years. They are like crumbly and they wouldn't necessarily be useful as bandages, especially because they're crusty and dirty and like kind of crumble and fall apart as you hold them for too long.
Have we been
Zark
down here?
I'm gonna.
We haven't been
What's
down here very long, have we? How long have we been down
No, I would say at this point no more than an hour or so.
here? Oh, okay, we've been there long. Okay. What do you see?
and I'm gonna take that staff.
So you pick up four
Random rags and a piece of wood.
four separate pieces, and at the end of at the tip of one of which is kind of curled around a small glass sphere that is dark at the moment.
I pull it out. I take the piece with just the ornament on top. I take the rest and I put it in my like pouches and backpacks there. I carry satchels. There were some rags that I sewed away, and then staff. This. I mean, you don't generally put random pieces of garbage, so it might have at least some value.
Ah, yes, the linen soaked in dead person. So valuable.
So this is the staff of likely a wizard who lost himself to his studies of magics. And it turned him into a twisted, hunched creature known as a Nothic. So
There's
this
plenty twisted, hunched wizards alive. What makes them extra creepy?
well, when they study more, the more wizard they become, the more creepy and hunched they become. So I imagine the staff might be of some value. You said it's broken, Drew?
Yes, it is in four pieces.
I wouldn't mind having a look at it when we get out of here.
Sure, but probably out of here. I mean, I think doing it here might not be such a smart idea.
Oh, like I said, when we get out of here.
Yeah.
And Nell, as you turn away from the sarcophagus, you begin to hear the whispers whirling around you. And you look around and kind of wheel back. And directly over the back of the sarcophagus, a kind of crevice that you had missed, that you hadn't seen, is I guess, yeah, you would all be able to see if you turn and look. A large yellow eye.
Stationary, not moving now.
Not moving at the moment. And as you get a slightly better look, you see the leathery flesh kind of curling out from around it. You see long talons kind of reaching up onto onto the stone around it as it just sits and looks.
Backing away. I'm
I will
behind
try to take a
less
step
fishy
back.
people.
Yep.
Desia, like as she starts to back away, just kind of like hand between her shoulder blades. No, it's okay. You can stay between us. I mean, you worked so hard to get there.
I'm gonna elbow Desi.
A cipher.
And a cipher.
Hold the cipher.
Who holds the cipher?
The sting of it.
Do I have any idea what the cipher would mean?
Cipher? Well, yeah. The rooms you had entered the library from, the identical books with a very cryptic text pattern on them that several of you had taken. Could perhaps be construed as a cipher of sorts, if one knew what to look for.
So what? You don't like the cipher?
Having a conversation with it?
I need it. It'll make me whole.
He pulls the book out. So are you talking about this?
There's a screech of claws as they tighten on the stone.
What did it say?
Give it to me.
Oh, there are lots of them, like all over the place back there. And I like put it back in the pouch. Why don't you take one of the ones back there? They're everywhere.
Must not be removed. No, it's the sum of the part.
Okay. Do you know how to decipher?
The whole is the sum of the parts.
Whole is the sum of the parts.
Is that everything you just said?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The work of my life. The work of my life. Seemingly an answer to your question.
So you have spent your life trying to decipher the cipher that is all of these books.
Yes.
Okay, well. Do you know, maybe we'll be able to help you out. So I'm just going to take this one for now. And when you finish deciphering all the other books over there, then, you know, perhaps we can figure out how to decipher this one. No?
The eyes despair. Have you told them? Do they know your deception?
They know some of my deceptions, I'm sure.
But not what you hold dear to your chest.
I don't know.
Books! And apparently not being in the middle.
I use silver.
In slept off the face of eternity.
What was that?
A skin sloughed off in the face of eternity.
Whose skin? The skin of Silver, the person who was locked in this box, no?
As I was one. Transcended. Benign mortal form.
Okay, and then somebody locked you in this box.
They tried to age my mind. Elevated as it was.
I'm really not feeling this.
I firebolt it.
Yeah, go ahead and make your ranged spell attack. Yeah, that hits.
Okay. 18 damage.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, so the fire just hits where in the center of the eye. You see the pupil just shrink to a dot as it approaches, and then and you just hear screeches as its face disappears beneath or behind the sarcophagus. You just hear scraping and screaming as it scurries back into whatever tunnels or holes it has.
Don't let it go. I'm nailed. Kill it.
Hey, and I'm gonna run. Can I try to walk behind the sarcophagus? Is there
Yeah.
anything I can
Was
try to
Nail
do?
like right next to it?
No, he had stepped away
I was like,
when it started talking.
yeah, I walked a bit away, but I was like maybe 10, 15 feet from the sarcophagus.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so you rush up at Desiel's word. You look behind, and there's a small gap, less than a foot, between the back wall and the sarcophagus. And then in the darkness, you see like maybe a hole in the ground, maybe 2 feet wide, that kind of curls up behind the wall.
We're not really gonna be able to walk there, but we know that it's not gonna be happy if we come across it again. Okay.
Well,
I have something to discuss later, but this whole the whole is the sum of the parts, and people wanting access to the library, and a huge, powerful archmage being buried here. Whoever wants access to this probably has some nefarious intent.
I don't want to say I told you so, but... And I'm gonna minor illusion the words in the air, all sparkly and red.
I thought we already discussed this. Wasn't the plan to clear up this place?
yes.
And
Let us continue to clear out the bliss.
if there is something here powerful, we can just keep it to ourselves.
Yeah, that'll work.
The way down is over here, right? The hallway curved to the right, but then there was the sarcophagus at the end.
Yes.
I'm gonna head back and head into the next leg of this journey, and I'll be keeping a close eye again. I'm gonna guide myself while I'm at it.
Yeah. And as you go along, I assume recasting your light on Dwight as you go.
Every 10 minutes.
Every 10 minutes, okay, yeah. You notice the torches that have kind of been lighting this area get fewer and fewer as you go, and the hallways start to tighten. The sarcophagi as well start to be less and less frequent, eventually just petering out into stone surrounding you. That becomes, as you head down, less and less like a structure, and more natural, like you're just moving through stone. Small crops of dirt kind of peek out at moments as well, and the paths, as you curl kind of around in winding hallways, the ground starts to slope downwards. Not by much, not that you're like walking on a plane or anything, but just a barely noticeable tilt down as you can spiral around these crawling hallways. After a short time, the halls begin to kind of widen again. And you smell a kind of rank, salty odor. Almost like a marsh of some kind.
Huh.
And if you continue... Are you continuing?
After the stairs, I'm gonna wait for everyone to catch up so that they're at least like
Right.
mostly within line of sight of me. But yes, I'll keep going.
And the rest of you are following, I presume?
Yeah, obviously, apparently I'm between Amnel and Desiel.
Everyone, I go down the stairs. Everyone just turns back.
Yeah. All right, you got this. Bye.
Did you elbow me and stay between us, or did you elbow me and get behind me?
I guess if you stepped forward to talk to the thing, I wasn't
Okay.
stepping forward, so
Gotcha,
if you
okay,
moved past
yeah.
me, you definitely moved past me.
Gotcha. All right.
I wonder where Lyra is. Is she at the back or is she in the middle of the pack with us?
Yeah, Lyra would be towards the middle. So in
Okay.
front of Pat. If you're going back to your original marching order, it's Amnael, Desiel, and then it would be Lyra,
Tempest and
Pep,
Pep.
Tempest.
Okay.
Thank you for clarifying, or making me clarify.
Sure.
I never.
Same shit, different corridor.
So, like,
I
just
mean,
in case we come across the eye again, is this like a now shoot first, ask questions later sort of thing, or are we gonna like interrogate it again?
I don't think it'll want to talk to us.
Maybe he has friends. I don't know.
Is
I
it
don't
one of
wanna
the
know.
things? Is that thing one of the things we were tasked with clearing out?
Desiel said it was something else, right? You gave a name to it. The creepy dead visit.
You're talking about the Gnostic.
The Gnostic. So not a keeper. So many names.
No, the thing
None
with
of
which
them.
we were just discussing, the old wizard who was twisted into something else, that was a Gnostic.
A Nothic.
A Nothic.
Agnostic.
It should.
Agnostic are what
Really,
people
that
are.
would- thematically, that would make sense for it to be a Gnostic.
Just
Alas, it's not.
a Nothic.
That means absolutely nothing to me, so it's just a name.
I mean, it's
with
whatever the
which
heck that
to call
was.
this.
So.
So if he comes back, yeah, shoot it. I suppose. I mean, if it comes back, it won't be happy to see us. So as long as we keep shooting
I
it
mean,
until
he was
we defeat it.
surprisingly conversational.
Yeah.
You guys had a whole thing going. Oh, do they know your secrets? Oh, they might know my secrets. But my secrets. Oh, ciphers.
Yeah. If we, if he comes back, shoot him, and we either dispose of him or we keep him away from us, and the next people can deal with him.
If it starts to know our secrets, can they read our minds? Is that something we should be concerned about?
Quite unfortunate, and I would hope not.
That
I
would
would-
make trying to shoot them really unfortunate.
I would imagine that's how, maybe the whispers, it was whispering in our heads, and...
Oh my god, do you reckon we're in these books? Maybe that's how they know. Maybe everything is in a book. Maybe he's just happened to have read your book, Desiel.
Perhaps. Did you have a
Dun,
book?
dun, dun. Maybe. I don't know. I can't read these things for shit.
But are you carrying one?
I I think I put it in the bag.
She is. I think both of you and Lyra took books. I don't
Yeah.
remember if Lyra did, but I know the two of you did.
Yeah.
I think we have books in.
That actually reminds me: is Lyra acting chill? Is she like?
She's just hanging out.
Lyra's been eaten and we haven't
She's,
noticed.
she's had her AirPods in this whole time, so she has just what? She is. I mean, there's an amount of trepidation that would be expected,
Yes,
given the
comprehensible.
circumstances. Not excessively so. I mean, she's not just skipping to her loo, so to speak.
Well, do am I able? Yeah, am I able to discern the origin of this sudden smell of swamp?
It's
Do I
very much.
see
It's very much from in front of
any
you.
mud, soil, anything organic, basically, that could be the source of this scent?
Not in your current location.
I'm going to move up then.
Are you continuing
I'm gonna
forward?
Keep walking.
All right.
Unfortunately.
The stone corridor kind of twists one more time, and then the ground suddenly breaks into paved stone, so like stone brick, of a wide, almost balcony. The edge of which is right here. That's not clear. The smell gets more pungent and strong, and you step up and look out over the balcony. It overlooks a black sand beach, as the tight corridor suddenly give way into a massive cavern, the top of which fades out into black. Above you, I did not mean to open the turn order, excuse me. And
Yeah,
you-
sure.
I promise this time. As stretches out beyond that. No, reveal areas, not. Yeah. A large black lake stretches beyond your vision. The water is, there are no lights in this area. It is pitch black. You can just see the walls, and spreading out around, as your balcony is just really a cutout of the wall, in front of the beach that spreads out maybe 50 feet, and then into the water, along the edge of the water. Something golden glistens on the beach, just at the edge of the water, some indistinct shape.
Static.
Static, yes, unmoving. And there's just a
Do you guys
golden,
think we can
glittering lump, that seems to be partially illuminating itself. Like there's no light source for it to be reflecting light off of, and yet it is bright.
I've read this book. We go in there, we die.
Do you guys have 11 minutes to spare?
Not like we're going anywhere.
For what?
For me to see if I can detect whatever that thing is down there.
I mean, if you wanna go for it, like Pep said, don't really have many options.
It's awfully dark. Why don't we send one of those
Yeah.
little paper things you have?
Oh my god, do you want your own pet? I'm gonna sit down and spend like a minute like tearing a new person. This one has muscles.
Oh, thanks.
So the little paper person's doing this. Aw.
It's very muscular.
He's drunk. What's his name?
Pip.
Oh my god, it's Pip and Pep. Alright, light him up, thumbnail.
There you go.
I mean, while
How,
I'm here, I'm gonna
like,
rip one
how
for
s-
Desiel and say you can light this one on fire. But you have to name him first.
Can you make him run?
He starts running.
I
I'll
shoot
throw
it.
my voice and make it sound like it's screaming.
I shoot it with a firebolt.
Ah! It collapses
I've seen
dramatically.
this book. I've read this book where they sacrifice creatures and then the big leader says, "Let them run."
Why can't it be the same book, you know?
Chase, apparently this is how you join the death cult.
Excuse you,
Makes sense
we're
you would
not
know.
the death cult. We are the managerial friends. I think we've established that very well.
The friends of the manager.
Of the manager.
Managerial.
The, Tempest even
Contractually
drew a logo
obligated
for us.
acquaintances.
Contractually obligated acquaintances, pretty much.
The slap happy gang.
The slap happy gang, yes, pretty much.
Why are you talking? Are you not supposed to be casting your ritual?
I'm talking like this, just like cross-legged on the floor, waving my hand in the air. How actually before I start casting, for serious, how like is it steep? Is it a cliff? What is the situation from the balcony to the lake?
The balcony, it's cut off maybe 6 feet. Like the floor of the balcony is maybe 6 feet above the sand.
Okay. I will say a quick prayer and say, well, fortune favors the bold, and I'm gonna jump down.
Wait, you're not casting your ritual?
No, because it is too far for me. I have to be, because it's about 60 feet away from where we are, and I need to be closer.
Just to clarify, you just jumped down into the...
Sand, yes.
Onto the sand.
Not to the lake, to the sand, the beach.
Okay, I just felt my
How
life
far is
flash
the jump
before my
down?
eyes.
6 feet.
6
Drew
feet?
said.
Okay.
Yeah, I just jumped like 500 feet.
Yeah.
I had my own keyleth fish moment. I just go, whee!
So you hop down
Yeah,
and your
no.
feet splash into the black sand, which at closer inspection almost looked like tiny shards of obsidian or black glass that are crushed up as the sand here.
Obsidian, kind of like the piece that I have with me.
No, this is far more natural.
Okay. I will, after I jump, I'm not gonna move for a second, and I'm just gonna keep my eyes and ears extremely peeled to see if anything reacts.
Make
to
a perception check.
my jump. If I see any movement whatsoever.
Make a perception check.
Don't fuck me. 18.
18. As you splash down, and then immediately look off to your right, kind of hugging the wall, something large, maybe 10 feet long and reptilian, kind of slowly drags itself away from you. These kind of thick, nubby legs, like digging into the sand, pulling it. It looked surprised, but a slow enough metabolism that it can't really run. It's just kind of dragging its belly across the ground away from you.
Okay. It does not seem to be menacing at the moment. It seems to be
No,
withdrawing.
it is almost. It looks kind of what you can see at the edges of your light, similar to a crocodilian, so a crocodile or alligator, but more almost bloated, and fat, um, and yeah, um, adapted towards the deep underground.
Okay. I'm just gonna leave it be. I'm gonna be looking at it, and instead of taking the 10 minutes, I'm just gonna cast Detect Magic.
Everything okay down there?
Sort of. Can you do your little wire thing so that I have to speak out loud?
I pull out my little wire and my little wool. Is everything okay down there?
There's a weird crocodile down here, but it doesn't seem to want to attack me. I'm not gonna take the 10 minutes. I'm just gonna give a quick look around to this golden thing, and if not, we can just go back and finish this.
If it's not attacking you, just do your ritual. And if it does attack, then we know it's something that we're supposed to kill.
Good.
Couldn't understand what you said, Walt.
I'm sorry, I said, nah, I'm good. I'm just gonna cast it as just normally with the spell slot. So it doesn't take 10 minutes.
You cast Detect Magic.
Does
and
the
look around.
golden thing draw my attention or anything else?
It does not. Now, what is the range on 30 feet? Good to know.
I'm just gonna move around the sand for a little bit.
Hey, is that staff?
First, I'm gonna go away from the crocodile.
Is the staff you got magic?
That
is a good question.
I'd just like to add,
look at
you know,
the
while we're
staff.
waiting for this, they got all the way down here, yet Andrew didn't mention the giant lake.
Sure didn't get this far.
Seems hard.
If
Seems
you-
hard to
if
miss.
you- If you look at the map, Andrew did not quite make it that far.
It's a very detailed hallway drawing for him not to have made it this far. I'm just saying, I think Andrew was lying to us.
I agree.
He
He
saw
must
the
have
lake
been
and
lying.
freaked out.
But then again, you never, never assume malice, when there's always incompetence possible.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, no, I was assuming incompetence.
Oh, okay.
Incompetently lying?
Well, he's obviously not very good at it because we found out.
Amnil, are you gonna go in the water? Maybe you should take like a step in.
How close would you say you get
Things
to?
first.
How close would you say you get to the water?
I will first look at the staff. After I look at the staff, I'm gonna circle like this way. I'll get close. Like I'm not gonna touch the water, but I would get like to the edge of it.
Okay. So the staff does glow of divination.
Cat's face.
Yep, cat's face is very, very good. So you are like around this wall, like sticking on the edge. You're not going
Okay.
towards the golden object on the ground.
Just. Oh, I figured I had gone towards it
You are
initially,
going towards
and
it.
it didn't.
You have to get within 30 feet of it.
register as anything.
Okay, yes. So if you, to the point you get within 30 feet of the object,
Yes.
make me a perception check.
That was the original. Let me
Okay.
rephrase. Originally, I jumped, stayed quiet for a second, saw the thing withdraw, cast detect magic, went to the golden, looked at the map. 18 again.
Okay, 18.
18. Once again.
As you step forward, I'll describe what you see, but first, we're going to hit a break for a few minutes. And when we get back, I will describe everything that you see and then what happens after that. See you all in a few.
See you shortly.
Right. Welcome back, everyone. Hopefully everyone is refreshed and ready to die. I mean, continue along. Specifically, Amnail, as you had cast your detect magic, and then are walking along the sands close to the lake. Let's pop you down here. There's no, you don't see anything along the sands, and the golden lump on the ground does not seem to give anything off. As you get within maybe 10 feet of the shore, you see just at the very edges of your magical perception downwards in the water a mixed bag of glows. There is abjuration, conjuration, transmutation, evocation, just glistening down maybe 20 feet beneath you. Looking with your normal eyes, you see that even though the water is mainly there is nothing upsetting the water, there are tiny ripples that kind of course through it. Not enough to break the surface tension or to make the water kind of break and form any sort of small waves, but just disturbances. I'm looking more closely. The lake beneath the black water, especially as your light shines on it, is full of eels. Just turning, whirling underneath you, underneath the water.
Okay. And can I see like the 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 magical sensation, the magical input that I'm getting? Does it seem to be from one object or just a bunch of them?
It is many objects. You know, as you kind of walk across like one side and the other, just different pings lighting up at you from underneath the surface.
Okay. First of all, I'm going to walk because I have 10 minutes with this as I'm concentrating. I'm going to walk like to the golden object thing.
How close?
And I know that it's like up to it.
Right up to it?
And I'm just gonna like with the tip of my sword, I'm gonna try to. Yeah.
Okay. So as you step up to it, you see that it is just a kind of mostly shapeless, golden, glistening lump. That is maybe 3 or 4 feet long. That kind of tapers out to a tip at the end from the water kind of laps against it, as it is right on the edge of the shore. You rolled an 18 on your perception check, which means you can see it attaches to a pitch black tendril that extends back into the water.
I'm going to take a few steps back if possible.
I figured.
And I'm going to look up at my companions and say, "Hey, Pep, can you help me with something?"
I'll look down. What exactly? If it has to do with swimming.
Nope. I just need you to try to hold this rope while I try to scale back.
Okay, I'll jump down.
You hop down as well.
Okay. Fun. Cool. Not what I had in mind, but why did I become Borat all of a sudden? Uh, okay. Uh, Desil, Tempest, Lara, I need a quick team huddle from 7 feet away.
Okay, you got this.
Well, do you want the good news or the bad news first?
Uh, Badness.
Okay. Bad news is, do you see that golden thing over there?
Do I see it, Drew?
You see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is attached to a huge fucking tendril that is underneath the lake.
Okay. And the good news?
The good news is that it seems to have a shit ton of stuff under the lake, like magical stuff.
Oh. So this looks like something you can defeat, no?
Me? Of course, with the help of my mighty friends, the MFers, the managerial friends, of course.
Okay then. If you're confident, let's go. Let me know when we're starting.
I am not. I am not. Do
You're no what?
because I'm not gonna lie. I'm very interested. I'm not necessarily confident, but I am very interested to see what is underneath this lake.
How
I don't know. It just seems so far down, so far away. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get down there.
how far away from? Like, do I see any of this black tentacle thing now that he has pointed it out? And how far away is it from me?
You are about 60 feet away from the edge of the water where the golden tip is. It is black on black on black. So you cannot see it from this distance.
But I have dark vision.
Doesn't give you color vision.
If I send one of the
Like,
things in that direction, does it help?
Hey, why don't you throw one of your lighted coins into the water so we can see what's down there?
I think the water is opaque, isn't it?
Didn't
Or
you
is it
just see a tentacle
black
in the
because
water?
it's dark?
How did you see a tentacle in
Not
the water?
quite in the water.
So the water
Wasn't quite
is not.
in the water.
The water itself is not black, like obscured. There is no light in here.
Okay.
And then as you got closer, the
gotcha.
bodies of many dark eels are swimming about, kind of cloud things further.
And where was the
Um,
tentacle?
The tentacle. So the golden lump is the tip of the tentacle,
Yeah.
and it is gold and then
Which-
black, and then kind of where it meets the water is where it turns black and reaches back out of sight.
So we
Do you
can
want
see
me to-
part of the
Which is the
tentacle out
tip.
of the water?
Yes, the tip of it, which is the golden lump.
And it looks like
Which
metal?
the problem is, if the tip is 4 feet long, God knows how long this creature is.
Desio, don't you have like magic that can like do stuff to water, like you did at the tree?
A little bit of water at a time, yeah. So the edge of the tentacle is outside of the water,
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
and the edge of the water is 60 feet away from us.
Yes.
I'd like to cast Mind Sliver on the tip of the tentacle.
What sort of
I'm gonna
saving throw
throw
is
a
that?
dagger at it.
It's an intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence?
You fucking asshole. You're up there, and we're down here, and you're doing this? You bastard.
Is just verbal.
All right. You cast that. Go ahead and roll the damage because it failed.
Ooh.
Lordy lord.
You just stand here. Keep spamming it.
7 points of psychic damage. And then what is the... Oh, it's 1d4 from the now. Okay, I was going to get confused with something else. So have you guys ever seen minnows, like, swimming underneath the water, like in a big school? And then you know what happens when you, like, throw, like, a rock into the water? They all just
scatter.
break immediately in the same, like, just instantly out. Walt and Pap, you see that you can't, like, see necessarily unless you're looking for it, that the water is kind of ripply, as it seems like the mucus that these eels secrete kind of thickens it. But 50 or 60 feet out, in a swath from there to the shore, the rippling of the eels stops as they disperse from that area of maybe 30 feet wide by 60 feet long. A few seconds later, there is kind of a swell of the water. Not enough to cause waves or to break it, but just as something underneath twitches.
Did the tentacle move?
Settles. The tentacle does not move. Slowly, the eels make the swirling makes its way back.
I hit it with Mind Sliver again.
Okay.
Okay, as soon as he does that, I'm gonna cast. Yeah, no, I'm not having this bullshit. I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on myself. Sorry, Pep.
All good.
Well, is Warding Bond still going? Only because I gotta change my armor class otherwise.
How long does that last?
It lasts an hour, but I cast it only at the statues room.
The statues. Yeah, this would be the very tail end of it.
I'll go like halfway between the shore and Amnia, so 30 feet up, if that's possible.
Oh, okay. You doing anything in particular?
Just staying on guard, I guess. Because I see Amniel casting Shield of Faith on himself.
Okay.
So Mind Sliver again.
Mind Sliver, go ahead and roll the damage.
Okay.
And it failed regardless, so
All right.
no need to roll the d4.
Ah, rolling like crap.
Another 5. Yep, so again, you see a twitch in the water. And you see just momentarily, something long and black kind of break the surface of the water for just a second.
Well, in for a penny, in for a pound. And I'm gonna raise both my hands, and I'm gonna slam the floor, and I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead.
Okay, what saving throw is that?
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw.
Minus 1d4.
Wisdom DC 16.
Wisdom 16. Okay.
How was the last session, guys? Oh, it's funny, Kendra. You know, we all got your character killed. Whoops.
Ah, she's a tank now. Kendra! Or Lyra,
That fails.
go attack.
So, and it has already been damaged,
It
correct?
has been damaged, yes.
Okay, so we should roll the correct thing. Let's see. Because then it's 2d12 instead of 2d8 necrotic damage.
So roll your damage.
I just did, because it asks if the creature.
No, did it only pop through this?
16.
16? Okay, yeah. So the water kind of, and then you kind of throw your hands out, and this ripple goes through the water, tracking the spell as it finds whatever's down there. And when it does, again, the eels scatter and go, you know, the water goes still, and two enormous tentacles just whoosh out of the water and just start flailing around near the shore. The golden, the tendril retracts back underneath the water. I need the both of you that are down there to make me dexterity saving throws.
Yes, the two more dexterous characters in this
Yup.
party.
4.
Don't think this is going to be much better. 14.
14? Okay. Yep. So you both, as these tentacles flail around, they strike both of you as just pushing out. That will be 17 points of bludgeoning damage to each of you.
Oh, cool.
17
the
points?
17 points as the rest of you see them just get slammed across. And then the tentacles withdraw back into the water.
And I lose my shield of faith.
So the tentacles are out of sight now?
Tentacles are out of sight, yes.
Question. Can I see any of this going down?
Yeah, if you're there, you can see it.
Okay, only because, like, I don't know where we've got our light source centered at the moment, and I have no dark vision. Or do I just hear my friends get bitch slapped?
Yeah, I suppose if... Yeah, because Amiel would not be able to recast light.
But has it been 10?
No, you're right. It has been a full 10 minutes. You can vaguely see, like you can see-ish, like a disturbance in the water, and then something massive and black just smacking Amnael and presumably Pep, and then disappear.
So it's about 10 times creepier. Cool.
Pretty much.
You got this!
Do they?
I don't know. Don't they? Where'd they go? You scared it away. Good job.
Is there a reason we're fighting the water? Do we, like, is there like a pathway over there or something? Or are we just...
Treasure. Amnael says
We want the orb.
There's lots of treasure in there, magical and otherwise.
Are you sure it's treasure? Maybe the eels are all just special.
I don't think you know about the eels.
Yeah. You don't know about the eels.
The only
Oh,
one
they
who knows
haven't
about
mentioned
the Amnael's the only one who knows about the eels.
Oh, okay, sorry. So the eels are separate placing from the giant tentacle that's sticking out?
No, it's
There
just
is
if
no
you're not
longer
close
a
enough
giant
to the water,
You
you can't see
Oh,
the
okay,
eel.
okay.
It is, yeah, it's black on black on black.
Yeah.
Unless you are there looking with light, you cannot see.
It's like when you
Okay.
see the minnows in the water when you're up close, but like from 30 feet away, you can't.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Yeah.
I've worked out where my confusion is. This here is like the sand that he's on, and this is like the water, correct?
The water,
No?
oh,
Someone
I
tell me
should've
where
done-
the water starts.
the
because
The water's
I
water
50
starts
feet this way.
around. No, see, this map is not to scale.
Oh,
So like
okay.
the 30 feet on your ruler is not 30 feet. Basically, where he's kind of standing is the edge of the beach, and then everything out
Okay.
here is water. I apologize. I should have been clear on that.
No, it's okay. That's just why I
Yeah,
was
the
confused.
balcony edge is right here, and then kind of extends out. The beach kind of extends out here, and then out here is water.
Okay, that clarifies for me. So I just saw them get bitch slapped. Okay, cool. Have fun, guys. I don't know what we're
Clarifications,
doing.
It was bludgeoning damage that we took. We took
It
bludgeoning.
was bludgeoning damage.
We
Yes.
took bludgeoning damage.
I can't move things.
Tempest, we are fighting the water because there might be something interesting down there. I've seen a bunch of items.
Look, I'm just saying. We literally just passed the hallway with the dude that spent his life looking for cool books and then turned into that. Just seems like a little bit of like a moral of the story sort of thing.
What's the moral of the story?
Not
No,
to have
get bit
greed
slapped.
or whatever.
No, don't get caught up. Don't get caught up studying tomes you cannot decipher when there is useful treasure to be had.
I'm getting mixed
Lyra.
signals here.
Lyra, can you try to shoot it?
I
You
think
can try.
she has to be able to see it, no?
Although, yeah.
Yeah,
I
let's just send Lyra in, guys.
She's not gonna say no, right?
Lyra, you got this. Go for a swim. Let us know how the water is. I roll persuasion.
You fail.
Shapeshift into a fucking huge tentacle creature and go down.
Technically, it just says a creature within range, so she can try. So
She'll probably have disadvantage if she can't see it.
yeah, so she sends it out. You see it hit the water, and then a few small snake things, perhaps you might call them eels, float to the surface. A few seconds later.
Dynamite.
Okay, so we're just heading back and leaving everything in the lake.
No, if you want to, let's go. We got your
You know what, Amnel? I dare you to put your hand in the lake and just grab something.
Try catch an eel with your bare hands.
No, not an eel. Go grab the treasure that you want.
Honestly, if I felt like you might be able to revive me, I would do that. But
He says you suck as a
that
healer.
seems like a terrible idea.
I feel like I haven't really gotten the opportunity to show off my skills as a healer, you know.
Ja-
I feel like this is unfair judgment.
Not
well,
saying
you
that
spend your
you
time.
can't. I'm just saying that
You spend your time flying in
I'm not
trees
saying
while
that you
everyone
can't.
else is being killed, I think is what he's saying.
Wait, so you're saying you are a good healer,
I
right?
resent having, being born into circumstances and just expecting to fit into that mold, you know? What if I want to break free of the tethers of the universe?
Which means you don't want to heal.
Maybe I don't. I don't know.
Well, then why are you arguing?
This is a conversation for a later date, okay? I'm confused.
All right,
I
Amniel.
promise
Well,
if you die, I'll try and heal you. This time.
I'm Niall. It's your call, buddy. I got your back.
my confidence, my fright does not come from a lack of confidence in you, Tempest. The problem is, if I'm 10 feet under that water, something drags me and pulls me. None of you will be able to see it, and I'm dead.
Do you have a rope?
And that seems like a lose.
Just tie a rope around his waist. When the line goes
do have
taut,
rope.
we can all pull the creature out of the water, and then we can attack it better.
Classic. Just tie some rope, and we'll pull you out if you know.
If you get sucked in.
Yes, because all of us are definitely stronger
Oh, wait,
than
wait,
a
wait.
huge
I'll-
fucking sea creature.
I'm gonna throw a torch down to Amnal and say, if we light this and you hold it, then we'll be able to see you.
You have to be kidding me, right?
Okay, well,
I mean,
Amniel,
until you get pulled into the water.
I can't see.
If you get
into
pulled
the-
in, then that's your problem. But like, until the moment you get pulled in, I'll just like give you some last healing and hope that you fight for the best.
Where's your sense of adventure?
Exactly.
Okay, actually, the plan rope will work for the thing that I'll try to do, and I will actually tie like I'm gonna go around my waist for like 4 or 5 times because I have like 60 feet of rope or whatever, and I'm gonna hand the rope to Pep, and I'm gonna say, look, I'm not gonna jump into the water. I am going to attempt to look in it. I'm going to attempt to see in it. I will, however, have to turn off little Dwight over there because I need to put light on this thing, and I point at my eye patch. Because otherwise I won't be able to see down there. If it goes taut, you try to pull. If you cannot pull me, let it go. Got it?
You want me to
Wait.
let it go?
We could use Tempest, because if something happens to Tempest, she could teleport away, no?
Wait. Can't Tempest just float there? She's been floating all the time.
Yeah, she floats and she flies and she levitates and she teleports. So I think
I
she's a
Put
good
out
bet.
there that
My-
I'm pretty
look,
much
my
the only
idea-
one here in, like this entire
Just-
library. Bad
my
idea.
idea is
I
to
don't
put-
even want to be here. At Amnal's treasure. I'm happy to go like that way.
No, you don't want to do the thing for the professor. This is not for the professor. This is for us. So by doing this, you are stubbing your finger at the professor.
The best way to prove that you're a good healer is to
There's a
heal
word.
yourself.
Look,
You know,
to be
I'm-
fair,
I'm
my idea is not
struggling
to,
to
again,
be
it's
convinced
not
here.
Do you know if you get pulled in, you and Misty could just step out of there.
my
You know what?
Yeah,
If this will
once
convince all of you that really is
again,
a terrible idea, fine. And I'm
my-
gonna freaking leap off the balcony, start marching towards the water.
no,
This whole group is insane.
no, don't, please don't.
Do you
Spineless,
tackle her?
Please don't.
Or you just use words?
I'm going towards the water. I'm moving. Except I can't see where the fuck I'm going, so.
I'm not gonna tackle her.
Once you get down,
Please
down there, Amnel does have the light, so you are jumping into
Oh,
the
he's
light.
holding it,
now.
okay.
Yeah. Or it's right there by him.
Fine, maybe this will finally convince you guys. It's a
Tempest,
terrible idea.
look at me.
Nope, I'm
Please, give me 20 seconds.
Does anyone have more
Tempest,
rope?
look at me, please, for
What,
20 seconds
Amnel?
before you do something. Please. I do. I have like 150 feet of rope.
going. You have 20 seconds. What is it?
Please, just look at me. I want to look. I just want to look. I'm just gonna put my head into the water. I wanna put my head into the water.
Okay, do it.
Why?
I don't want anyone jumping in. Because if it is just a box, we can think of like trying to jump, grab the box, and run. But if it is like a ship or like a boat, there's no hope of us trying to get it.
I mean, if you want to stick your head in the water, that's fine. But I jumped down here, so.
Well, while you're putting your head in the water, can you at least give me the other rope so I can tie it around Tempest's waist?
How about I tie the rope so you hold it just in case while Amnail's got his head down there, you feel it
Sure.
come, you know?
Sounds like a plan.
Take it. Everyone gets as far away from the water as possible, please, so that you don't hurt yourself in case that thing fucking whips around again.
Oh yeah, no, I'm standing like right near where I jumped down, like back.
Walk me through this, Amnail. What exactly are you doing?
Okay. I will lighten up my eye patch, and I will light my eye patch, and I will just break the surface of the water the magical sheen was coming from. If it's just like items at the bottom of a lake, if it's like a chest, if it's like a boat, I just want to see what it is.
Okay. Make a perception check. As you stick your head in, you are immediately kind of bombarded by all sides and all around by eels that are just kind of swimming around. So you are going to have to try and pick out through them what is at the bottom, because you do see that immediately that the earth kind of drops away, like it is. You are essentially on a cliff face reaching down into the water, like it slopes away very steeply. And it's tough to pick out as you're kind of, these eagles are swimming around you. The first thing you see immediately down around 20 feet beneath you is a skeletal hand embedded in thick silt. Around that, you see other bits of bone, and then a rib cage, and then just kind of, you can maybe just peek out the hilt of a sword, buried up to the hilt in silt. That is what you can see at the moment.
I will get out of the water.
You're out of the water.
Okay. There is someone who died down there. There's a skeleton. It seems to be full of stuff. I leave it to the group to vote.
Can you make the skeleton do
what
things?
we should do. Your call. Like?
I don't know. Like, grab something and bring it out to us.
How far is the swim to get there?
Like 30 feet. Actually, I don't know if I could from this distance, but normally I could. So it's 20 feet down. So
I'll get
it
it for
would be
you.
about 30 feet away from where I'm at. Nope, you won't.
Oh yes, not. Let's not send the person who's volunteering. Let's
No.
just peer pressure our healing friend into proving their skills by sending her down instead. That's fine.
Nope. I cannot make it grab anything for us, unfortunately. So either one of us goes or we leave everything behind. Either way, it's fine with me.
Can you just make me a light?
I don't want you to go down there, Tempest. You clearly don't want to go.
Desiel makes a fair point that I'm the only one who can get out, though.
No, because he's
I mean,
an
he's so
asshole. He can
logical.
pull
Look at him.
things. He has. Isn't he the one that can push things with his mind? Can't he pull them also?
Wait, if
This is true.
If Tempest does float above the water surface of where it is, how far is it just straight down?
It would, from what Amnel saw, it'd be about 20 feet.
How far is it out?
It's like 20 feet.
20 feet
from
down.
the surface.
On the surface
20
of the water.
feet down, it's only maybe 6 or 7 feet out.
So what did you see?
The eels got him.
The eels got him.
The tentacles got him.
He decided to use his face as a big shining lure instead of throwing a lighted coin into the water. Oh, he's back. So what did you see?
I saw a skeleton full of shit. Magic, shining shit.
How far away was it?
A sword. About 25 feet from us.
Oh, I could get that. Probably, depending on how heavy it is.
That would be nice.
Okay.
I'll make sure to protect you.
Okay. Well, I was waiting for you to tell me what you saw. Okay, I'll hop down. Do you think perhaps you could, make a light out of one of the coins and just throw the coin down where this thing is?
I could, but I feel like God has abandoned us. I feel directionless.
Oh, Drew has dropped.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yes, I can do
Okay,
that.
while Drew is not here, we need to discuss the plan.
Walt, like
Yeah.
right after he typed that, Walt's like, yeah, Desiel can grab shit with his mind. Where'd you get that
It was
idea?
like, my idea was I just went, and how ironic is the fact that the people who are giving me shit for Animate Dead was like, maybe you can make the skeleton bring it up.
Well,
But
I think we
didn't
should at
prepare
least try to
today,
distract
which
it.
is really annoying.
I'm just poking and
Yeah.
tempting. I want to give you an excuse to use your Animate Dead because I know you want to.
Yeah, but nah. I prepared other stuff, like I prepared Prayer of Healing.
I can take one more of
I
those
figured we
tentacle
wouldn't-
slams.
take short rests. I figure, well,
Only
might
one.
as well have.
Well,
Yeah.
assuming I fail. Yeah.
Yeah, two of those, I'd be murdered.
Yeah, I can take one more. A second one would take me down. That's my problem. That's why
This is not a thing we can fight, guys. I'm just
we
like,
don't want to get TPK'd. by
I'm
a
just
fucking
like stirring the
tentacle
fucking
thing.
pot over here.
Not at all. No, not at all. No, I
Well-
know. But it clearly there is a way to get this stuff.
Well, in terms of mechanics, like technically, the person would pass out. We just have to bring them back up and pull them, right? So
Well, that's why I was like, well, Tempest, if she jumps down there, she can grab stuff and Misty Step out.
yeah.
But the problem with Misty Step is that you have to see where you're going. Tempest doesn't
Yeah.
have dark vision.
Yeah. And you could hold a light above the water. You Misty Step to my hand.
Yeah, and the
Yeah, but
eels
then
are a
she
problem.
Misty Steps to my hand and falls down back into the water. The water is sheer. It's not it doesn't like curve out. So if she Misty stepped up, she would fall down to the water and continue falling down.
But that's why we just tie a rope on her,
Yeah.
and then pull her out.
There you go.
Yeah, the most OP item in D&D.
I just thought it was funny that Amnel was like, but there's treasure here. And so I'm like, well, then go get it. Let's go get it. And you're like,
can
there's a
make
big
that
tentacly thing. I was like, can you beat it? You're like, well, maybe with my friends. Like, okay, poke, poke, poke. And both of y'all get whacked.
I could Misty Step 60 feet if I spent a sorcerer point. which if someone was holding a light
Yeah,
up
but-
meant they could get that far out.
Oh, you don't need to spend a sorcerer point. You can get it from 30 feet away.
Yeah, but if we're worried about me falling back in, I could fall somewhere that was like sand.
Well, I mean, if you teleport to his
Someone on the
hand,
sand.
I would hope he'd like grab you.
Could we light the whole rope? And would the whole rope be just glowing?
Because it's one item, right?
That's actually not a bad idea.
Is there a limit though?
If we-
Light, what's the? Is it like 5 cubic feet or something?
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's a limit.
Let's see. You touch one object that is no longer than 10 feet in any dimension.
Ah,
Yeah,
that's
it's not
less.
There you go.
But actually, the extending the not face step. Face step is the Eladrin ability. The
Misty Step.
Misty Step is not a terrible idea, because my fear is, because the interpretation of the spell, sure, it would be that she would teleport to my hand, so she would fall on top of me, but I don't think that's how most DMs would interpret it. Would interpret that she would teleport in front of me, because two creatures can occupy the same space.
Well, she could teleport over you. Like if you're holding the coin above your head, like she could teleport
Yeah, she could teleport to the space above me.
to a space above you. It would still be within 30 feet.
Yeah. That's not a bad idea, actually.
Oh, and Drew is back, and we lost Mike.
Sorry, I just had to close my window.
All right, is this the plan we're going with?
We have two decent plans. We just have to choose
hold
which
on.
one of them.
I am terrified by whatever you are about to say.
Let me
Because
try and
That's
mage
fine.
hand something first,
You
So
went
far,
in.
your plans have
Exactly.
been poke it with a stick.
and then throw Tempest in with a rope tied around it.
No, just the
You
things you
never-
have done. Poke it with a stick, and then stick a light on your head and jam your face in
Yeah,
the
well,
water.
you did make your face the target instead of just throwing like a lighted coin down into the water or something.
But that was exactly my idea, because my plan was if this thing is enormous, then it's a definite nope. But it didn't immediately attack me.
All right, everybody back. We're still streaming, by the way, this whole time.
Well, Tempest, how much HP do you have?
More than 17?
More than me.
30, yeah, I have a lot. I have 37.
Jesus.
Okay, so you can take one of those at least.
No, she can take 2 of those.
I could.
You can
I could
take
take
two. And it also depends on what he rolled, because 17 could be 3d8, could be 4d6.
Could be
Like
anything.
that's the main, or could it be 2d6 plus something.
What
it's all
did
good.
you guys had to roll a dexterity save?
Dexterity save, and I failed with a 14.
The thing is, like,
Yes.
when Tempest is floating across the water, there's no guarantee that it won't just swatter, right? Like,
Well, she doesn't have to float across the water.
I
She would just
I
jump
I
in.
don't think I want to. Yeah, I think I'm gonna jump in only because I don't want to burn both.
Yeah, just jump in and
abilities
then
at the same
Misty
time.
step
Yes,
out if
sorry.
she wants.
I do think, however, that we should very much consider if Desiel can maybe try to mind wiggle that shit out of there. If that doesn't work, we attempt the idea of shiny beacon, Tempest, teleport here. I think the mind wiggling thing should be our first priority.
Yeah.
So Desiel, go at it.
Okay, well, throw one of your lighted coins down there where the thresher is that you want me to get.
I'm gonna take a copper piece and I'm gonna light it and I'm gonna throw it in the direction that I saw the skeleton.
And what is the magical thing you see down there?
There was a sword. There was an amulet. Is that correct?
All you saw was the sword.
Okay, there is a sword, but I know that there are more things around. You'll see a skeleton over there.
Okay.
There is a sword and some other stuff, paraphernalia, which all seems to be magical.
It all seems to be magical. Okay. Well, I go down and I look down where the light is, hopefully somewhere near the skeleton.
Yep.
Do I?
See amidst the swirling of inky black bodies.
Do I see other paraphernalia besides the sword, or do I just see the sword?
You just see the hilt of a sword.
I will attempt to reach out with my mind and mage hand that stuff.
Yep. So your mage hand is invisible. you see the sword float up and break the water.
So I bring it to my hand. Is this all you wanted? Was this ordered?
Absolutely not. There was more shit.
The moment after, as you guys are talking, the light disappears. And a
Bad.
of silt spreads up on the surface of the water.
I head back to the ledge with a quick look.
Yeah, this might have just destroyed it. Let's not be greedy. We got a sword. Cool. Bye.
Sure, I have an interesting DM question for you. Logistically.
I don't
Only because
know.
this may aid in our getaway. I apologize, I've always got weird ones. Levitate can lift an object. If we're all holding
Like,
on to the object, will it take us with it? At the time that I cast it, if we're all holding on to it, like for example, if we were standing on a platform and I lifted the platform, I'd assume we would go up with it. But if we were holding something and it went up, would we go up with it? It's assuming we could hold on.
Yes.
What is the weight limit on?
Assuming that the
500
thing
pounds.
plus
which I don't
you
know what that
all is less than 500 pounds.
Like for example, if we were all holding onto a rope and I levitated the rope.
I don't see why you couldn't.
The 5 of us probably weigh more than 500 pounds, especially.
I don't know
Well, there's
how
only
many
4 of you
pounds
down
are.
there right now. Tempest weighs nothing. For all intents and purposes.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but I weigh almost 300 pounds myself. That's the problem.
That is a
like
good
I weigh
point.
like
Why
I weigh
are
like
you
200
so
pounds.
heavy?
Because of my
Armor.
fucking armor. What are you
Armor.
talking about?
Leave the
I'm a
armor. We're gonna
lean
get eaten by
200.
something.
I'm a lean 200 pounds for 7 feet. The problem is my armor weighs 62 pounds.
As someone, I have no idea what a pound
So
is.
500
this just
pounds is
sounds
about
like a really large
225 kilos, more or less.
Okay.
Yes, I weigh 100 kilos for a person that
Okay.
is about 211, 213. But the problem is that my armor weighs like 30 kilos. So I take
that
more
makes
than
sense.
half.
Okay.
Well, couldn't
And then
we
how much-
couldn't we just all climb up, tie a rope to Desiel, just let him keep picking things, and once things go bad, just yank him up?
I don't know if Desiel would take to that, but I would be quite happy. I actually would stay down here because he can't see all that I can see, so I may be able to like look at the stuff, point it out.
We're having
Honestly,
this
I'm
conversation
good.
as we're trying to climb back up, I imagine.
Yeah, there's a thing in
I'm
there.
good.
I look back at the water. Is there anything breaching the surface of the water?
Not that you can see. The light is
Firebolt.
gone now, so it is just
Firebolt it.
black.
Firebolt the water.
Even with
I firebolt the water.
Right. hovering. How much does Dwight illuminate?
Light illuminates basically the surface of the water.
Okay, and there's nothing breaching the surface of the water?
No.
Okay.
It was the puff of silt from something striking and then dragging the light source away.
Gotcha.
Okay.
It might have
Where the sword
destroyed-
was?
Where the light was.
Where the light was. Gotcha.
So it went after
It
the
might have-
All you saw was the light gone. And then you could
Gotcha,
not
okay.
see any aspect of it.
Gotcha.
It might have destroyed whatever it was because I remember when I saw it, it was like the body, the sword, and everything else that was in that pile was covered in silt. So it either just like ate the coin or it destroyed the body. Either way, if we want to try something else, I'll gladly put my face in there and try to find it so that I can point it out to Desiel, but
Gladly?
yes,
You just-
I mean, honestly.
Well, why don't you just throw another coin down there to see what happens?
Okay. Slide a coin, but this time I'm gonna from where I am. So basically from like 20 feet away from the shore.
But we won't be
Okay.
able to see from here.
It emits a 40 feet radius light. So it
Okay.
should be still. Because it's 20 feet of bright light and 20 feet of dim light. So we would at least see the surface.
So you see the
Drew.
coin sink out of sight, and you see the glow, and then you don't see the glow.
This shit is
Like
eating
sudden
that
or
light.
Very sudden. Like it is sinking. You see it slowly getting dimmer, gone.
You should do
Let's
that
maybe
trick with the
help
eye patch
explain
again. Put your
Yeah.
your lighted eye patch in there again.
Yeah, I'll hold the rope. Do it.
Can we just be happy that we got a cool?
Joe, I don't use swords, but you know, it's okay.
I do.
No, we should go. We should go. Really, we should go.
Okay, fine. Fine. Okay, Mom. Okay, Dad. No, sure. That's more than fair enough. I agree that greed would definitely fuck us.
I did
That
not
kicks the
realize
sand
you were
into
so
the water.
greedy on the.
No,
You really
to be
want the
fair,
things. I mean, I want the things too, but man, you really want the things at the bottom of that lake.
I will say something. We're here. We're doing this for sure. It's a decent amount of pay, but anything extra that we can get,
No, I agree.
that we should.
I have just never fought.
Well,
Joe.
if you feel that strongly about it, put your face in the water.
I want the items, but I'm not a fucking idiot. There
I
are
have
limits.
the rope. I'll pull you out, Daniel.
Joe, he's
Have
got
you
the rope.
said the exact opposite?
We-
Sure.
What was your
I'm gonna
intelligence again?
slap my face, walk to the shore, and put my fucking face into the water.
Oh dear God.
Wisdom is your highest stat, right?
What?
Nothing.
What is your alignment technically?
Lawful neutral.
No, it's chaotic now.
Okay.
Officially, it's chaotic now.
It could be neutral.
What do you
neutral,
see?
Neutral. He's just.
Yeah, shifts to neutral. You stick your glowing head into the water, yes?
Yes.
After you have just seen a coin get snatched up after a few moments, and then a coin snatched up after a few seconds.
Yes.
Can we stop him?
You can try.
Hold person.
Yes! I'm not gonna be doing much, but I've
Honestly-
just latched onto his cloak and I'm gonna like just dead
Okay.
weight on it.
Okay,
weigh,
try.
like,
If you are
3 pounds
physically,
at
if
a
you
time.
physically try to stop me, I wouldn't drag you along.
Yeah.
I'm just holding the rope.
Okay, so Tempest steps in front of you and grabs onto your shirt sleeve.
I will
No,
stop.
like I'm hanging off the back of him by
Okay,
his cloak.
okay.
I'm like,
I will stop and I'll say fine. And I'll look over at Desiel and I'll say, there is a difference between being observant, perceptive, even inquisitive.
Perhaps the one that
and
told
being
that dared you to
mystical.
put your face in the water.
No,
You're the one who said yes.
I just feel like
All of you are
clarification
idiots.
would
Me too.
I've heard the saying, "Fortune favors the bold."
Justice is true.
Pep,
No
how many
risk it,
coins
no
do you have
biscuit.
right now?
That's the
How many
tenet.
coins do you have
the
right
main-
now? What do you know about fortune?
The main tenet of the Church of Jeff, the God of Biscuits, is no risk it, no biscuit.
I'm taking a point away from Jeff.
But mid laughter, I will stop and I'll say, it's not necessarily, I won't say it's not greed, not at all. But it's not necessarily greed in the sense that I want a physical possession because it is shiny or because it is beautiful or because it is magic. Because I feel like it would be useful. So, yeah.
So, you're doing it.
No, Pep.
No, I am not.
No, we are going.
My point
I-
the voice of reason.
I'm the one who said we should
No.
leave.
And
Pep is instigating now.
my point is, My only point is I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be doing this if it was a chest full of gold.
No, it's okay.
But I
Greed.
see that this
You can
might
admit to
be
greed. It's
useful.
okay. You can want things. It's okay, I'm there.
Was this one of the things we were supposed to clear out? I assume not, right?
The big kraken thing at the bottom of
Nope.
the lake? No.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way through, right? Like, is this a path to somewhere?
But you know, we could
No,
if we
there is-
decide we don't like somebody, we could tell them there's a secret entrance to the library in the lake.
Actually, now that I
Yeah,
asked that,
there's a
can anyone
difference
who can
between
see in the dark
Greed
see
and
the
cruelty.
That's not cruel. If we don't like them, they probably deserve it.
It's kind of fair. But honestly, I don't even know anymore.
Okay, but like I said, we should probably go.
People who can see in
Yeah,
the dark,
we
though,
should
just to
probably go.
confirm,
I do want the
this
sword
room
though.
doesn't go anywhere,
I
right?
do.
Like, is it working?
I'll take the sword.
No, I got the sword. The sword is. I have the sword. What you were taking?
Why?
I'm the one
Why?
that. I'm the one that got the sword from the water. What
I'm
are
gonna
you?
fill my water skin while they're arguing.
What are you doing with the staff?
I'll gladly give you the staff when we find out what both things are.
Well,
And
exactly.
as soon as I see
And
Pep, as soon as in my periphery I see Pep near the
Wait.
water, I'm gonna run, grab him, and pull him away.
I'm thirsty.
What makes you think this water is potable?
There's
Things
there's
live in
stuff
it.
in it. They live in it. And maybe it's special water. Have you ever thought about that? This whole place is magic by the looks.
Yes, it could be magical water.
I would just like to point out there was a dead body in that water. Drink away if you will.
Okay. So you let me fill it up?
No.
We really should go.
Yes, we should. How are we gonna scale back up? Because the idea was to Pep stay behind so that he could pull us up.
How high is?
I'll
how
give
high
you
is the
what do
balcony?
you call it?
A boost.
Yeah, I'll give you a boost.
The top of it is 8 feet. It was a small ledge.
I will run and attempt to scramble up the ledge. Acrobatically.
Yep, dexterity acrobatics. Scarper.
I'm gonna be the last one in line, and I want to see what the crocodile did.
Okay, yep, Desiel, that's enough to end Tempest as well. You were able to grab onto the ledge, pull yourselves up.
Very good. See, it's no problem. What are you guys waiting for?
Oh, I'll climb up too, sure. Still holding the rope.
Oh, do you need us to pull you up?
Me? No.
No problem.
Yes.
Lyra scrambles up as well. Now, Emmanuel, you were looking for the crocodile?
Just passing glance, because you said it's like 6 feet tall, right? So I could basically put my hands and just pull myself up.
The floor of the balcony was at six-ish feet.
Oh,
The kind of lip of the wall was like waist high, so like 8 or 9 feet.
Okay, so I'm
So you
just
couldn't
gonna
just
run
like,
back.
I mean, you could probably reach it maybe on your tiptoes.
Or I'm gonna try a running start. I think that'll boost me more.
Okay. Yeah. So the crocodile, by the way, you look around, you just see a slight kind of mound of sand, and then it's slowly shifting bit by bit as it looks like it's burying itself in the sand.
Okay. I'm just gonna run and try to leap on. Athletics
Dex
check?
acrobatic? Yeah, you can go. Yeah, running. Yeah, running, starting to jump. Athletics.
Can you guys hear me? Still no.
Heard you ask that.
We can hear you. Yeah.
Did you? Okay. My whole thing is being weird.
Splat.
8.
Just run face first into
Yeah,
the hill.
you gotta run, and it's it's sand, so you can't really find purchase to like leap up. So you just kind of jump and smack against it, and your hands slide off.
Can I just pull him up with the rope?
Yes, you can.
Do you need help, Amnea?
Thank you.
Over a few moments, yeah, you guys you've him back up.
Honestly, oh my god, we're such idiots. I could have just like put my hands up, and then Dizio could have pulled me 5 feet up, and I could have grabbed myself. Oh my god.
Aren't you like 7 feet tall? It's literally only a foot taller than
I
you.
asked you twice if you need help.
No. But no, it's like 3 feet higher than me because he says like 8, 9 feet. So that's why I thought a running jump might be a
You'd be
better
able
idea
to
than
just reach it, but in terms of like, it would be the same athletics, like heaving yourself up from like a full extension.
Yeah. The problem was the dice, not the idea. This time.
Yeah. This time, yes.
The last hour and a half, perhaps differently. Dizil, if you want to trade, and
No, it's fine.
we
You can have the
take...
sword. I was just fucking with you.
No, but my point is, I think we might take 20 minutes. You can try to discover what these things are, and I can mend some wounds in Pep and myself.
So we're gonna take 20 minutes, okay?
Yeah, because then I can do a little prayer that would probably boon us.
Or did you want to
And
take an
anyone who might
hour?
have gotten-
Because I know some of you would like to, take an hour.
If we do take an hour, can you cast the spells in that hour, or would it have to take an hour and 20 minutes?
No, it's fine. I don't need the rest. I mean, it is nice, but I am not so
you
dependent
hurt?
on it as much as you. No, a little bit, yes. Not significantly,
Well, yeah, I can heal you still.
like 6 points.
Because it's a quick. Yeah. Okay, so we're taking a short rest.
Everyone but me, I guess.
Okay,
Yeah.
if we're
Okay.
gonna take a short rest, I will second wind before we do.
Okay.
Yeah, and if we are going to take a short rest, I'm going to use my Harness Divine Power to get back a second spell slot, so I'm going to use my Channel Divinity.
Okay.
While we're resting, can I ask who was still alive? Dwight or Pip? Either of them. Whichever one is feeling more enthusiastic to just kind of traverse to the other side of the room. And then back. Like, I want to know how far out it goes. Or if it stops, like...
What does? The water?
Like, the lake, basically. I want to know how big it is. I kind of want to see if I can get a sense of how giant this thing is. But, like, he's going to do it, like, from the roof, okay? I don't want to be anywhere, like, that I could provoke something from this guy.
Okay. Yeah. So he flits up there, and then across, floating maybe 50 feet off the ground, slowly making his way over. It stretches back a good 500 feet total. To as far as you can see, as far as he can see now, or you can see, I should say, just flat cave wall around the outside. As far as you can see.
I'm gonna, like, nudge Cecile and ask him to... Hey.
Hmm?
Dwight's all the way over there.
Yeah.
Is it just wall over there? I'm also very glad that Amnel did not stick his face in again. That thing must be huge.
It seems to be. I'll look over. Is it just wall?
Looks like it. Make a perception check. Just wall, as far as you can see.
It seems to be just wall.
Because I don't think... Yeah, light can't go that far, right?
60
It's
feet.
60 feet? Yeah, no.
I'm just gonna have him, like, brush up against the wall along a bit, see if there's, like, any indentations or anything.
Did you have
I mean,
like a telepathic connection with your little paper things?
No, I give it instructions, so if it does the thing I say and I can tell that it, like, just keeps going, then...
How did
I
you?
told him to go all the way out there, and then if he can't go any further, he'll start coming back. So if he can go further, then I'll know he's not coming. You know, I'll know he's going when he's not coming back.
So do you know where it is then?
Do I know where it is at all times? Or do I know it just because
No,
I know it, like I told it
not
to
a
go that
name.
way?
Like, you know where it went.
Yeah, I tell it to go on a thing, so...
And so do you have no way of knowing whether it actually did what you told it to do?
If it starts coming back, I'll be like, eh. I basically, the instruction I want it to have is go the furthest you can go. Move around a bunch, see, make sure it is the furthest you can go. And then, once you do that, come back. And then I'll know that there is an end to the room. I basically want to make sure that the room doesn't just, like, keep going in a hallway or something, you know?
Okay.
It's
And
the best I can come up
how
with.
do
I can't see
you
them.
do the commands? Just with your mind, no matter how far it is, you can command it what to do?
I can't really, like, be like, oh, you're all the way over there, I can tell you what to do. It's more like I have to give it the specific things, like, while it's with me, I think.
Okay.
It's fundamentally, like, a pretty simple spell, but I've never really... I don't know, I didn't learn it, you know? It just... I want them to do something, and they do them. So I don't really know the full scope of it.
Okay.
I ask the paper and it moves.
So I guess we begin everyone else begins their short rest.
Yep.
Meanwhile, I take out my my wand, my string, my chalk, and, you know.
Now, you do have a number of other magical items, don't forget.
I am not forgetting. That's why I said I won't get the hour-long rest.
Gotcha.
So.
Yep, so you guys take a short rest. I assumed, Azael, that you were going to be identifying all of the
Indeed.
items that... Yeah, okay, so the...
Send me the information.
Yes, I will do so. Yep, everybody roll your hit dice if you'd like.
Are you casting a healing spell? Do I get hit points? Alan, you're muted.
Yep, that makes a lot of sense. Yes, I will. I'll cast Prayer of Healing at the end of our short rest. So to everyone who needs it, because it's up to 6 creatures, so I'm just going to target everyone. We all regain 16 extra hit points.
Oh shit.
Oh, shit.
I feel like I should have slapped myself or something just to make use of those.
Like with the giant tentacle.
Yeah.
Maybe I
It
should have
re-rolled
gone in.
accidentally.
I only had 6 damage anyway.
I think Lyra had also taken damage from the crawlers in the other room, so she also regains hit points. What else did we have besides the staff and the sword that we got in the other room?
A javelin, an amulet. Let me pull it. Oops.
Oh, that's true.
Bronze javelin, the front of which is in the shape of a lightning bolt, glowing of evocation. A small silver chime with a piece of thread connecting it to a little stick to strike against it, glowing with transmutation. It has small cracks running all along its surface, and a magical scarf with abjuration. And then there is the staff and the sword. So that's 5. Technically, if we had a 6th thing, I could identify it. Do we have a 6th thing?
Not that I remember.
You had the. Did you count the jar of ointment?
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Oh,
Jar of
the ointment that I have. True.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
That's
hand
right.
it to you.
Yes,
What did I have?
that's right. I do have that here. And a small jar of ointment in a nondescript package.
Yeah, because I kept the rope, the flint box, the torches, and the ointment, and you
Yeah.
kept the javelins
And chime
Scarf.
and scarf. Yeah.
I wrote down what I had. I didn't write everything that we found.
I wrote stuff down and then bolded all the magical stuff that I would eventually want to ID.
Yeah. I mean, might as well, right?
Yeah. Who can
I've
even
pulled
use
out.
javelins?
I can,
Lyra said she can.
and Lyra can, and Pep can.
During our rest, Tempest has pulled out the map and is heavily editing it. Accuracy goes up 100 points.
I need to buy a third monitor. I keep trying to scroll my mouse over to my laptop, which is currently my third monitor. But it also allows me to look at Discord on a separate thing, because if I pull up if I switch to a different channel in Discord here, then it messes with the stream.
I can't wait to find out in like 20 episodes what this thing, the lake was, that was making Drew have such a hard time.
It was
Why wait
just
20
the.
episodes?
It was just the don't be. Yeah. Why just stick your head in the lake? Why wait?
Yeah, we can find out right now.
The wand, was that part of the staff?
The wand, yes. So the end of the staff is what you have.
Okay.
It functions as the wand.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah, I originally I said I took all the pieces and I was gonna try to mend the staff back together while he was identifying other stuff.
Can you mend
If
magical
possible.
objects?
Don't
Like back
believe you can.
Well, the wood is not the magical part.
Yes, but a staff, if you're talking about
Yeah, sure.
wanting to restore any functionality, like you could stick it back together, but it's
Yeah,
only going to
that's
have the functionality
It's
that
still
it has. in
just the
purpose.
tip of it's going to be the functional part.
Right.
When
Yeah, you
when
can
he
hold the
when
staff.
he looked at it, did only the tip seem to be magical and the rest of it seemed benign?
I didn't have detect magic when we found
Yeah,
the
I
stuff in the
didn't have it.
sarcophagus.
I thought I asked you to look at the staff when you had detect magic up in the lake.
Oh, I did. That's true. I did.
That's correct. All of it seems to be magical. It is concentrated in the glass sphere on the top. And then the rest just kind of has vestiges, wisps of magic.
So now we have new names. Amnael the button pusher, Pep the shit stirrer, Diziel the firebolter.
And Tempest, the voice of reason.
I never thought I could feel like the narrator from the Stanley Parable. And yet at this moment, I do. I understand.
We're glad to have brought you this experience.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Okay. So you all get your healing. Get your hit dice, various things used. Items identified. Aziel, if you would like to share your knowledge of the party, you don't have to.
What do we got?
So first they will hold up the ointment and hand it back to Amnael. And say this thing that you could swallow it if you want to, but you can also just put it on the skin. And either way, whatever creature that you do this with will be healed, will have no poison no more, and will have no diseases.
Well, I'll keep that.
Is it one use only?
It seems to have a few uses.
Yes, so Walt, if you were taking it.
I just linked it to him.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Do we want?
That is 2 doses.
Okay. There we go. Now, then that's the necklace is the scarf thing.
Yes,
Okay,
correct.
gotcha.
Sorry.
All right. Yeah. Okay, so we've got these 2 weapons. We've got the javelin, with the lightning. You can throw it, and you speak the word to activate it, and it turns into like a bolt of lightning, and you can hit things like within like over 100 feet, like a big old bolt of lightning. Does a lot of damage, and then it turns back into a javelin. I think it turns back into a javelin like at the target though. So like if you throw it really far, it turns into a lightning bolt and then it hits the target and then it turns back into a javelin. So then you have to go back and get it. So if somebody's really good at throwing javelins, this one's got a little extra pep to it.
I think we found last time it was only Lyra that could use them.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It can be used once basically when the sun comes back up, it recharges. Nobody? Okay. Well, I guess we'll hold on to that and see what Lyra thinks.
Now, a javelin, by the way, is a simple weapon.
So anyone can
Any
use
of you
it.
could use it.
Oh, really? Any of us?
I think everyone has simple weapon proficiency, right?
Simple weapons.
I
Yeah.
think I would literally do like I would be taking damage away anytime I threw it, so I'm definitely out of the running for that one.
I think it's between me and Lyra, and depending on what this sword is, I
Well,
think
it's
the
a-
sword might be.
It's a ranged
Better
weapon
f-
attack, so I guess it depends on if somebody.
You use strength for it.
Do you?
Yeah.
It doesn't have the
the
finesse
javelins.
property. Yeah, you can't use dex.
Okay.
So either Lyra would have to unmake her sword be the pact weapon and use that, or either Pep or I would have to use it.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I don't know how Pep would feel about this, but you don't really have a way to hit things far away, do you?
No, but it's not really my style. I mean, you have that glaive. I mean, it kind of matches your whole thing.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
probably better with a polearm than I am.
this,
Can Lyra? I don't know how hexblades work, but can Lyra only use weapons that are like her pact weapon?
She can use other weapons, but it will use strength instead of charisma. She can only use charisma to attack with one weapon.
and can
Yeah,
she
ju-
turn?
just-
Since her-
Just to clarify, in case this helps, the special attack, the lightning attack, is not a weapon attack. It is an AoE effect, basically.
Isn't this a javelin of lightning?
It's a javelin
Yes,
of lightning.
javelin
Yep.
of lightning. Yeah.
When you hurl it and speak its command word, it transforms into a bolt of lightning, forming a line 5 feet wide that extends out from you to a target within 120 feet. Each creature in the line, excluding you and the target, must make a DC 13 dexterity saving throw, taking 4d6 lightning damage on a failed save and half as much damage on a successful one.
Yeah, it's casting,
So there, sorry, yes. So there is
lightning.
still the
You,
attack.
you make
at
a
the
ranged
target,
weapon
correct.
attack against the target.
Yes, at the end, but you still get the lightning in the line.
Yeah.
You throw it, and so everyone except you and the target takes the damage of
In
like
the
a
line,
half
yes.
lightning bolt. but you have to roll to see if you hit the last one,
Hit
and
the
then you would hit
target, yes.
the lightning damage plus the 4d6, like the javelin damage plus the 4d6.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
Importantly,
it would
it's
have
also
to be.
a magic weapon, though.
It's
like,
still
even-
it's still useful even without, even if you aren't
Okay.
necessarily the best with it. It's
That's
still
true. She couldn't even
still
make
there.
this her packed weapon because I think you can't
Yeah,
make.
it's magical.
Yeah.
You can't make magical weapons your packed weapons.
No.
Okay.
It's the drawback of being a hexblade. Yeah.
Why don't we
Yeah.
table this until?
Sure. Okay. Well, I put that one in
There is
the
yes.
in the bag, in the magical bag of holding. Okay. And so the one you're interested in most, this is a long sword. Right. It gives you a bonus to attacking and to damaging. If it hits an object, it automatically does extra damage. And I mean, it's a magical weapon, so it cannot be harmed by anything that is not magical. No.
Yeah.
But I don't know who uses the swords. I mean, Lyra uses a sword. Do you use a sword?
I do.
She seems to have her magical sword.
Yeah. And she uses a short sword also.
Well, then here you go. And he hands it to you.
What is it?
Shatter Spike. Just linked it to you.
Thank you.
I mean, I don't know if somebody else wanted to hold on to the ointment. It just seems like a
Yeah,
an
honestly,
unnailed
it's
kind of
not a
thing.
bad idea because I can naturally heal you guys. So if someone else wants to hold this in case I'm too far away or I'm incapacitated, it's not a terrible idea.
Maybe one of the close range fighters.
Yeah, one of the three people who cannot heal. So
You,
Pep
Lyra,
or
Pep.
Lyra or me.
I have a way to heal myself, so maybe a Lyra would be ideal.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure,
Lyra
I'll
will
give
take.
the ointment to Lyra.
So, okay.
I'm gonna note here so that she can add to her sheet next week.
I'm gonna go ahead and add it to her sheet for her.
Oh,
Don't you
cool.
worry.
Awesome.
All right. And so this scarf thing basically it lets you breathe normally anywhere, and it helps you against gases, harmful vapors, some breath weapons, dragon breath weapons, magical cloud killing things like that. It's a necklace of adaptation. So. So anybody in front? Pep, do you want a magical necklace?
It's okay. I think. I don't know. It sounds like maybe someone else needs it who might need to be a little more sturdy. It gives you defense against breathing. Dragon weapons.
Basically allows you to breathe anywhere, like any environment, like underwater. So, MNAO, if you're still wanting, you can breathe underwater. Just saying.
Has the chance.
No, it allows you to breathe anywhere in any environment, underwater, in the gas, whatever. And if there is harmful gases or anything, magical or otherwise, dragons or otherwise, whatever, poisons, it helps you overcome them. Like, it does not make you immune, but it makes you much more resistant.
Well, Desiel, I think it might be useful for you considering you're the one opening locks and
That is
traps.
very true.
Fair enough. Okay.
And honestly, I think comparatively, Pep and I are more sturdy, so this is a way to maybe shore up you guys in case we run into something.
Okay. If you're sure. I mean, these other two things are, as you say, Pep, right up my alley. They are. This one really is the part of the staff that does anything. It's just the tip here, and it basically helps with secret doors and traps, finding secret doors and traps, things like that. And then the little chime can help open things. So,
Yeah, you should definitely hold on to those, I think.
okay.
Yeah. My only worry is that Pep is the only person without the shiny thing now.
That's fine, I'm sturdy enough.
We offer him multiple things. He does not want any of them.
No, I'm just sad that we don't have something we can provide.
Your friendship is more than enough. Pat on the back.
You're just looking
Aw.
for an excuse to go back in the water, aren't you?
No, I am not. I am not. I am not. Yeah, that's useful.
Okay.
I will, however, take both my daggers that I had, and I'll say, Tempest, I know you're building a collection, and I had asked for some back for protection. But now I don't think I need them anymore. So here's a regular dagger, okay? And here's the needle one, the stiletto one that we got from the fawn things. Remember? The one that you used that broke from its
Oh my
that had
God.
like hidden in her shoe. So here it is. And Desiel, if you want, you can give me the javelin for now. I think Lyra's not going to use it, so it might as well be put to good use, I think.
I mean, I could throw the thing from a
I mean,
distance.
you can.
But
That would be very funny.
why would that be funny? I can throw a bolt
Because-
of lightning.
Yes, sure you can.
But if you want it, I'll give it to you.
I think I start like clanking when I walk for a little bit until I work out where to strap these things. Tempest is just like off
How
to the
many-
side, being like, "No, if I put it here, if I put it, oh, okay, no, if I put it here, then I'm good."
Just for reference, how many daggers do you have on you currently? 10? Oh my god.
There's many.
You're turning into one of those what they're called?
Defends you against breathing.
What's it breathing in?
Eventually, you'll just be able to make a cape out of knives,
yeah.
and that will be
And go.
when
Have you
know
guys
can
seen-
retire Tempest. Is when she has the cape
Yeah.
of knives completed. Oh dear,
Oh dear.
this is fine.
Have you seen Knives Out? Like the
Yeah.
wall thing, the
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
that he has is just like
we
100
get-
knives.
If we get like a permanent house, that is my first thing I'm building.
A throne of swords.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. Well then.
How
Ending up
question?
having this tribute- Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I would just like to ask, what does this sword look like?
What does it look like? It, for the most part, is very simple. So it is made of some, not silver, but some silvery metal that is very bright, even though it's been sitting in the bottom of a salty lake, just dug in sand. It is pristine. It kind of glimmers when you look at it with your light. The handle, again, think like almost more of like a Roman sword.
Got it.
So kind of straight lines, cylinders, except that the hilt, or the cross guard, excuse me, is clearly coiled, and like it at first glance looks like rudimentary, like whoever was smithing this just took the ends and rolled them up to where it almost looks sloppy. But it gives it a very rustic, like, this is genuinely, like, they couldn't sand this down. Like they pounded this out, and it was the best they could get.
Just to know, I am gonna take my old sword, and I'm just gonna be, well, I used about 7 gold pieces for about 3 days with this thing. Should I throw it in the lake? I mean, we are far from it. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Do it.
No, I won't. I will, however.
We should bring it back to AP though and tell him it's very special and that we almost died to get it.
I'm not gonna do this with the new one. I'm doing it with the old.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Let me throw it in the bag. I only have 1 hilt. Bezio?
Yes, of course. Chop in the back.
I drop my old long sword in the bag.
Alright. Disappears down into the bag of holding. Before you stretches both the tunnel that you had come from, and then a hallway branching off this way. The other corner.
So, is there another way? Because from what I recall, this is kind of a natural path.
So the path you were on, yes, felt more like natural tunnels that kind of unnaturally break out into this room that looks man-made, and then the hallway splitting off from it here looks like a continuation of, like it ran into this balcony originally, like it was built that way, and then this tunnel is just there.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm going to wait for everyone and start walking back.
Wait, so are we
Walking
going
back?
down or back to where
No,
the sarcophagus
like
was?
back towards the sarcophagus, because I imagine. I'm trying to show
Hold on.
you on the map.
But there's a path also down here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys
Oh,
came
gotcha.
from you
Sorry.
guys came from here, yes. And then the path extends down this way. If anyone cannot see the revealed sections, try refreshing roll 20. It can be finicky with fog of war sometimes.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now.
I mean, the fact that it looks like this part's the continuation makes me think that maybe this is the way to go. That being said, I learned literally nothing about navigation.
Neither do I, unfortunately.
Full well, as the voice of reason, I say this way.
Let's do it.
All right, after you.
All right. You are going to head down the corridor.
Yeah.
Okay. As you head along, kind of winding your way a few times, the path starts to slope upwards again, and then eventually you reach several sets of stairs, cut into the stone. When you reach the top of this first one here, the first thing you notice, Sam Nail, before anything else, you can see your breath now.
Oh, dilly.
The temperature has noticeably dropped. There is kind of the faintest hint of fog stretching out ahead of you.
Well, that isn't fort, but we have to annoy.
This is a much nicer temperature. Fog is appropriately creepy too.
Continue on, and you reach here, which is a kind of branching point. No, that's reveal areas. Thank you. Where you see steps continuing up, as well as the corridor kind of loops around. And if you kind of peek around that way, you see it looks like there was at one point like the tunnel continued beyond this point, but now a large chunk of stone has broken off and laid across this tunnel, making it inaccessible.
That makes the choice easy.
It's true.
Okay. And you continue up the stairs, kind of winding up and up and up as you go. It's where you feel like you kind of estimate you are nearly the height you were at where you started, roughly speaking. The rooms as you go get bit by bit colder and colder. The fog sort of getting a little bit thicker at a time, almost imperceptibly. As you reach kind of the high point, make me, all of you, a perception check.
I'm enjoying the cold apparently. I'm like, ooh, skipping through.
And we just need, oh, Amnails will have popped over here. Where? No. Oh, is Walt still there?
Oh, I see him now.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I mean, even with his passive, yeah, you'll be able to hear it. All of you. From ahead, kind of echoing off the stone walls of the tunnels, you hear what starts, it's kind of a low thrum. And then as you get closer, it kind of becomes more and more concrete. Heavy, deep sobbing. Occasionally breaking out. Echoing, distorted off the walls. Kind of around the next corner, you start to hear a voice, or rather you hear words coming at first distorted, and as you get closer, in the same deep tones. My lady, do I feel you? Hear me. Hear me. Lyra kind of clutches at her sword. As you see the fog and the mist like forming almost like steam around the sword, it is clearly as she tells you, hot.
Oh, this is gonna.
The sword is hot.
Sorry?
The sword is hot.
Yes.
Can we guesstimate how far from us the voices are emanating?
You can make a survival check.
Or give me
Please try
So,
to
does
estimate.
the sword usually turn hot when a certain thing happens? Does that mean anything?
If you guys remember, this previously happened when the sword led her to the cultists.
Yeah.
So it is sort of the sword's way of warning her of something. Is there yet a survival check from Imneo? Oh, there, as I speak. There it is.
Sorry, I was reading an ability. Yes, I'm gonna roll that now.
In a second now, it will pop up.
It should in a second.
Right? Because it pops up in the app as
11.
very tough to tell. It is very distorted. You can't tell how much of that is echoing off of walls. You don't know the room that the noise is coming from. So you don't. Is it cavernous and it's echoing a lot before it even gets to you, or if it's in a corridor and it's just bouncing a long ways? Really tough to tell. It is not immediately on you. Like you can peek around the corner. It's not like there's nothing right there.
I'm gonna get as close as I can to the corner without making myself visible, and I'm gonna use my Eyes of the Grave, which will allow me to sense any undead creatures within 60 feet of me that aren't behind total cover or protected from divination magic.
Nothing pops up.
Big out.
And the thing is, it's sobbing in common.
I'm glad you mentioned that. It is not. It is very strange. Each of you hear the words, and then it's like as you hear it, the words are felt in the language you are most familiar with. You almost feel the words more than you hear them as they strike you. You all are filled with a despairing sadness that is clearly not from yourself.
So, any idea what this would be? Like, so this is some effect. This isn't just like we're hearing some sad creature.
It is clearly well beyond just you're hearing sad crying. Like
Gotcha.
it is clearly having some kind of effect on you.
Like a siren's call type of thing, but like different. You know,
Similar,
but,
yeah, far weaker. Like it's not compelling you to do anything.
Gotcha.
You are essentially feeling another's sadness.
Gotcha. Okay. Do
through
I know of anything that would cause that? Creatures or otherwise?
I don't believe you would, no.
Okay.
it's just down the hallway where we're going. Like, there's no other way for us to go. It's just one hallway.
So it appears, from what you guys have looked and seen, yes.
What was it? Into the deep?
I guess we continue, no? And see what this is.
No other choice, I suppose.
Will you strike out into the fog?
Yes.
Who's going first? Drew leading the way.
Oh. Let's go. I'll go.
Okay.
Following MNAL, you all strike out into the fog towards the voice. And we're going to wrap things up there for this evening. Check us out next week to see where all of this goes as we reach the conclusion, the finale, hopefully the finale, of our party's delve into the Grand Library. See you all next week. Hopefully Lyra will be here by then in more voiced form.
We didn't die. Yay.
Unbelievably, you were all still alive.
We did alter her character sheet though.
We did do that. I did.
Yes.
Specifically.
We did cause, well, a decision the party made caused her character sheet to be altered.
And that's all we'll tell her before next week.
Yes.
We'll see you all next week. Good night.
Bye.
Or good morning, good evening, good afternoon.